Chào mừng quý vị đang quay trở lại với chương trình Câu chuyện kinh doanh. Thưa quý vị, chúng tôi đang trò chuyện với một vị khách mời, đó là ông Biole, giám đốc điều hành của Trung tâm Đào tạo Khởi nghiệp MIT. Và chúng tôi sẽ tiếp nối câu chuyện với ông Bill ngay sau đây. Welcome back again, Bill. So this is your first trip here in Vietnam.
Yes.
And I know that you have met a lot of business people, entrepreneur community in Hanoi and in Ho Chi Minh City. So what is your first impression about them?
Energy. There's so much energy here. It's amazing. And the people are just very, very nice. They're very hardworking. And they just so much energy. And that's very, very encouraging.
And of course, you must be very happy to know that there were a group of 5 people, very elite people, which are the alumni from MIT, and now they established the MIT 5, which is offering a lot of programs about entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So MIT 5 brought you here in Vietnam, and of course they must have told you about Vietnam, about everything in Vietnam. So is there any differences at all with your real impression?
There's no way to know when people tell you. You know, it's kind of like looking at a meal and someone saying it tastes like this. You don't know until you pick it up and taste it yourself. And I wasn't sure what to expect when I came to Vietnam. And if I had, I'm sure it wouldn't have been right. And it's just so far exceeded it. I did not know how friendly the people were. You know, I've traveled around the world and I find, you know, this place is a lot like Ireland and Poland, where people are so friendly and there's no grudges held. It's, you know, everybody seems to get along, and that's very, very nice. I think, you know, your point about the MIT 5, that's why I'm here, because John Lamb came into my office and said, "You're not leaving until you agree to come."
Okay. So actually, I'm very curious. How do you feel about a group of 5, you know, people that is graduated from MIT, but they are all Vietnamese, and then
Yes.
they came back to Vietnam and established a organization that even use the name MIT.
Yes.
And what do you think about Mr. Sun or Mr. Zhang, which are very, you know, at the top 5% elite people of Vietnam?
Yes, well, I have to say, at MIT, we don't think of ourselves as elite. I also went to Harvard, and that's
Why's
kind
that?
of the elite school. MIT is the school of immigrants, and it's a school of people who work hard and get by, not because of the family they came from, but because they're very, very smart. And MIT is a school that doesn't give out honorary doctorates. We don't have a law school. It's basically a technical school where we believe very much in merit, and everybody has
It's very famous. It's very, very famous.
Yes.
You cannot deny that, right?
No, but it's not for the upper class. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's for people. You have to work hard. Nobody gets into MIT because their mommy and daddy are famous. You have to do the work. So, and I think, and when I look at the people who, you know, every single person who goes to MIT is very, very good, as you said. Now, when I look at the people from Vietnam, they're so different. I mean, it's amazing to me. You know, one's an architect, another mechanical engineer, another person's gone to the media lab. It's so different, and it's great to see, because that's what MIT is about. To be a great company, an entrepreneurial company, you need to have a team. And you need to have a team that has different skill sets. But they all have to trust each other. And that's very important. So these 5 people have a common vision. They have values that they share with each other, experience they share, but their skill sets very complementary to each other. And that's, I find, extremely exciting. And I also find it extremely exciting for us at MIT, because now we're connected, and we learn what goes on from in Vietnam comes back to what we're teaching at MIT. And so that's it's like the internet. If everybody had their own internet, it wouldn't be as interesting. But once everyone's connected on the internet, it's worth so much more to every single person on the internet.
You know, do you have any plan, or what are you going to do with Vietnam and with MIT 5?
So after this trip, I'm very excited to keep working. What we'd like to do is bring entrepreneurship to the masses. You know, there's 90 million people in Vietnam. We'd like all of them to get an opportunity to experience entrepreneurship. And you could not do that in the past. But today with online tools, if you have access to the internet, which you do through a smartphone, you can have access to online education. And then the people who do well on online education will be identified, and then they will be the ones who can get additional help in the system. So the ones who earn it will then get more resources. And that's how we would like to go about it. Look, the world needs many, many more entrepreneurs. And we can only train a few thousand of them at MIT every year. But the world needs millions of more entrepreneurs in a very short time frame. In Asia, in the Middle East, in Europe, in South America. And so we at MIT want to be able to do that. And to do that, you have to push it out to many different people. You have to use online tools.
Well, very interesting and very good. And I think that the audience of this show, they will look for you and they would love to have a chance to talk to you in person. Well, Bill, thank you very much for coming here and joining our program today. And I wish you best health, and I hope that I would see you again soon in Vietnam. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's been my honor.
Thank you. Thưa quý vị, chúng tôi vừa mới trò chuyện với vị khách mời là ông Bill Ole, giám đốc điều hành của Trung tâm Đào tạo Khởi nghiệp MIT. Chương trình đến đây cũng xin được phép kết thúc. Cảm ơn quý vị đã dành thời gian theo dõi. Bây giờ Tú Trinh xin chào tạm biệt quý vị và hẹn gặp lại.